chain. And we also heard about, the issues and problems related to information and communication across the supply chain. So we're going to move a little bit closer to that this morning with, our panel of speakers with one idea in mind. Yes, we can look at the consequences and the impact of the crisis, but perhaps more importantly, to what extent does it position enterprises to be, better fit and actually more agile to address the challenges moving forward and be able to better exploit the opportunities in the marketplace. So yes, looking back, but perhaps more importantly, looking forward. And that is, with that exchange that we will have, we will start, with our presentations. Mrs. Wei, who is the moderator of the session, will introduce each one of the speakers as they get to the stage. The way we will proceed is as we were doing yesterday. Each one of the speakers will have 8 minutes allocated. What we will do is at the end of the session, run through a question and answer session. We are running approximately 15 minutes late. Our coffee break is scheduled at 10 o'clock. We'll try and, have an eye to the watch, but, beware that if we run too late, then, there will be little coffee drops available for you. We'll have to compromise one way or the other. So with this in mind, just, regarding the Q&A session, we would appreciate if you could do as we did yesterday, also, issue some recommendations to the International Trade Center as to, what kind of issues you would see our organization could take to actually, be better able to provide services to the exporters, small and medium-sized enterprises moving forward. Now, as I mentioned, the session will be moderated by Mrs. Wei, who will introduce the speakers as they go to the stage. Mrs. Wei is a renowned journalist and the executive editor of Forex Overview and the Xinhua News Agency. Forex Overview is a 20 minutes weekly news program which focuses on foreign exchange markets, international financial news, and monetary policies. Those of you that have access to the satellite TV networks, I'm sure, are very familiar with the face of Mrs. Wei, but she's a very famous journalist in the region. And I will leave the floor to Mrs. Wei, who will introduce our speakers and moderate the session. At the end of the session, I will do a quick recap on the key issues that were addressed during the session. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jackie. And good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's the second discussion day of this forum. I believe that yesterday we have received a lot of information from the macro level, as Jackie just mentioned. And today let's move on to the micro level and looking into new realities within the global supply chain and get some perspectives from the fundamental unit of the world trade businesses. We have business from a variety of industries here, so allow me to introduce today's first speaker. She is an award-winning small business leader, founder of Rose International, which providing end-to-end technology services in the United States and in India. She is Ms. Himanshu Bhatia. Please.
Good morning. Well, in today's economic crisis situation in developed countries, consumers are spending less and saving more. Cautious companies are earning more and investing less. Banks are much more tighter with loans and credit lines to SMEs, small, medium enterprises. Also, clients want price reductions, resulting in tremendous margin pressure. As a result of these thin margins, there is a stronger focus on the need to grow. Growth can bring the efficiencies of scale and mitigate some of the margin pressure. In order to grow, it is essential to create better partnerships with existing clients and funding institutions. SMEs cannot depend on a large client base alone. They need to strengthen relationships with a few large clients by offering better efficiencies and value compared to their competitors. These thinning margins and changes in supply chain technology are forcing large organizations to consolidate their supplier base. SMEs have to be more cost efficient and larger to support these consolidation efforts, or they run the risk of being pushed down to Tier 2 or Tier 3. There is more pressure than ever to grow your business. Since my last WEDF conference in Switzerland in 2008, Rose International was a 90 million business, and now today we're at 200 million in revenues. This was done by taking risk, investing profits back into the company, and focusing on existing client relationships and building new ones. As the client needs grow globally, they rely on suppliers such as Rose International to deliver globally. We have 12 offices in the US and 2 in India. We're always looking for strong companies to partner with and bring into the supply chain. For example, we're talking to several companies in China right now to have a partnership agreement. We have over 100 subcontractors that we use to meet the needs of our clients. About 30 to 40% of these subcontractors are minority and small women-owned businesses. We're building a new system of procurement to increase our efficiency even more. In today's fluctuating market, SMEs need to use technology to monitor market demand, control production, control inventory, and cost of inventory. We cannot claim to not have the latest technology. SMEs need to utilize technology to optimize and automate their operation. We use many homegrown systems to track client patterns, to forecast and predict growth for each region and branch location of our different offices. We also track our own efficiency in delivery and track employee performance and subcontractor performance. All businesses today need to grow smaller while they grow larger. We need to maintain our agility and efficiency as our size increases. Even today, large companies don't have a single point of contact. SMEs can use information and communication technologies to establish a worldwide point of contact. This can be an advantage. We have voice over IP, a worldwide single number to call. All of our branches operate as a single office. This was implemented 8 years ago, and we're seeing significant returns from that. Our internal systems integrate our suppliers and measure their performance. These homegrown software applications level the playing field so that our suppliers can focus on delivery, resulting in best value for our customer. Often large companies are slow to adapt to new technology. As these companies rework their supply chain using newer ICT modalities, significant changes in their supply chain will occur. For example, we started a new practice for database optimization, or Depop, for our clients. This is in alignment with our customers' need to have partners that drive cost out. As a result of these gaps in the global supply chain, SMEs will get a bigger foothold in the new supply chain. In summary, the global market is changing. It is increasingly important for small and medium-sized enterprises to be paranoid. Survival depends on your cash reserves, client base expansion, banking relationships, ongoing efficiencies, and cost reduction in your own operations. The bottom line is to offer more value than ever to your clients. And yes, being paranoid sure helps. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Himanshu. And I think the financial crisis is just like a stress test to all kinds of businesses, not only to the ones in the IT sector, but also the ones dealing with our everyday products, say coffee. So in the coffee world, we have Mr. Andres Valencia. He represents the Colombia Coffee